What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another episode. I'm Tequila Kowser, and I am going to talk to you about, this one thing about high value women because it can be misconstrued if taken the wrong way. And I want to clear up this misconception. So, let's talk about high value women speaking their mind, right? They're not afraid to speak their mind. Now, okay, there is a direct difference because there are women who are truly like they would just pop off the mouth, right? And talk and say anything they want to in the tone they want to say it, right? But then there is a high value woman who actually is doing something directly different than a woman who is just going to just say what she wants, right? So a high value woman, when she speaks her mind, she absolutely has to think about it, right? A high value woman will think about what she's going to say before she says. There's a direct difference between responding and reacting. Now, we get women who are reacting to whatever is happening, whether it's with the female or a male, and that can actually result in violence. But when you think about it, you're actually creating a space to help with communicating your thoughts before you are acting on it. I love it when they say think before you speak, right? It's really good to do that. And a woman who sees herself as value is going to do that first. She's going to think about what she's going to say and then she's going to speak. I love to study the Proverbs woman, right? The Proverbs woman, I feel, is one of the strongest. There's so many women in the biblical text. She is one of the strongest women in the Bible. She holds so much value, right? Her words are going to come out as gold rather than stones. So when a high value woman is speaking her mind, she isn't reacting to the situation, she's responding. Her response comes because she has thought about what she's going to say before she says it, but she's not afraid to actually speak up and use her voice. We find that in this society that women are silenced, their voices are silenced because most of us, some of us, grew up in the era where we were told children were not to speak, but to be seen and not heard, right? That created a lot of the Me Too errors, right? When the Me Too era really start brushing through and women start speaking up about what happened in their past because of, this stigma that we have around not speaking. But we are now we have now created an environment where women are now speaking, they're using their voices, but you want to use your voice to make movement. You don't want to make your voice to create violence, right? You don't want to do that. I mean, I'm not saying like physical violence, but there are ways in which we can use our voice and it can actively cause things to go bad in our life. But the reason we want to use our voices in this day and age is so that we are actually making a movement, making a stand, making things happen. Whether it's a movement in your home, you don't have to be nothing be televised. You don't have to go out and hold signs and banners, right? But there is actually, those women who actually needs to speak up in their homes, right? Because of a high value woman has these standards about who she is, she now has to demand standards from people around her, right? Can you start off, right? People, we just don't start off being high value women, right? That is something that we learn throughout our years of these things that we want and don't want, desire and don't desire in our life. So it takes a while to encompass this type and to become this type of woman, right? But the more and more we're in this society, we desire these things. We don't want these things. We know what we do want. We know what we don't want, and we know how we want to feel and don't want to feel. That creates a more high value to you as a woman. So speaking your voice in a good way is going to actively create a movement or a change somewhere in your life. right? Because you responded to it. Instead of reacting to a situation, high value women respond to a situation. So I wanted to clear that up. I hope that this was helpful. If you want to continue diving into, the high value woman, characteristics, personality, just to help you with your personal branding and how people perceive you as your highest self, feel free to click the link below. You can join my top tier society. And this is a membership program where I am doing every week, I drop an episode that dives deep into teachings where it helps you really become your highest self as a woman. And if you want to be perceived as that, as you show up online or in your job, in the C-suites, anywhere you want to show up, like just being around people right? This is definitely where you want to be. I have so much that I've encompassed in this lifetime as a married woman, but as also a professional woman, businesswoman. When it comes to the value of women, I would love to have you part of that. So click the link below. And until then, we will have another topic next week that we will talk about when it comes to you, the high value woman. Peace.